everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I did this short overlay with this simple marble look. It's fun for spring leading into summer, just to cheer up the spirits. These are my mom's nails. After growing them for 5 years, never cutting them down. This was her previous set, and we took them down to those shorties. If you want to see how I did the butterfly in that set, I do have a video on that. It's my previous video. She did wear these nails for 4 weeks, and in the midst of what's going on, there is a lot of hand washing, sanitization, things like that going on, just handling stuff differently. There's more chemical disinfectants going on, or at least there should be in your household. So with that being a factor, when her nails were old, she did break one, as you can see. She does have lifting, again, because we are washing our hands just obsessively. So you're introducing a lot of water with these enhancements. And that becomes an issue because the nail plate expands and contracts. You're introducing water, you're taking it away, and you're just having a lot of movement underneath the enhancement, which can create instability. And then, you know, she's had these on even longer than she usually does. She usually comes every 3 weeks. This time it was 4. So these nails were beat up, long story short. And I had been telling her for a while, when we cut them short, and then we can, you know, start fresh and bring them down. We can experiment with different shapes as they grow out, you know, oval, almond, stiletto, maybe. She's not going into her office anymore, so she can get a little bit crazier with her nails. Some of you might think she's crazy already, but she could go crazier. So we just have the opportunity to do that now. So yes, she has been growing them 5 years, and I say that just because she's never taken them down this and started over and let's just grow them back out. I've cut them down, you know, if they get a little long, so they didn't grow out just that little bit in 5 years. So don't play me out and try to, you know, correct me down below. That's what I'm saying. But you see, this nail has a crack. She broke one. There's some lifting. So we're just pushing that all behind us, and we're going to start fresh. So I took everything down, and I used the Red Baron bit from Atwood Industries. There'll be a link down below. It's a very aggressive bit, as you saw, and it took the product down very well. I don't use it very close to the natural nail. I left some clips out. I did go in with a finer bit as I get closer to the natural nail, so I don't, you know, hurt the nail plate. So you can see there's still product left. You'll see inconsistencies. No, that's not her natural nail. Her natural nail is just fine. You see some areas with some leftover product. That's it. So I'm using the skiver bit from Atwood Industries, as I always do, and I'm removing the dead skin from the nail plate, which is the cuticle, and I'm using this at a very slow speed. And you can use this bit in both directions just to remove that skin. I did a lot of cleanup work, and you can see this is what we're left with. I probably went a little shorter than maybe she wanted to, but I wanted to take them down and just start anew. I'm going to be doing a hard gel or builder gel enhancement for our base gel. This is going to provide us our adhesion. I'm using the gel bottle rubber base. I'm just going to polish this on and cure it in the light for the recommended time. As I polish it on, you see, like I said, her nails look crazy, like they're all jacked up. They're not. There's just some product on some parts of the nail, which creates a whitish look, and other parts there isn't. So her nails are fine. It's just an inconsistency in product that I left behind. So I'm using the cosmetic pink, and I'm just going to polish this on. As you can see, I'm getting as close to the skin as possible, the eponychium or around her cuticle area, as close as possible, and I applied a slip layer. That was a layer I left wet. I didn't cure it, and it just allows as we put more product, for it just to move around the nail much easier. So I applied that, I polished it on, and I took a little bit more product, and now I'm floating it over the nail. This cosmetic pink gel, it doesn't really self-level, but I find once you move it around, it does kind of thin up and will self-level a little more. Different viscosities of builder gel give you different results. Some of them, you know, they are a little bit thinner in viscosity, so they will self-level much easier. And you may not be able to, you know, do the overlay on the nails as many at a time. So I could do like 4 nails with this product before curing them, and it won't run. If you get something thinner, you may only be able to do, you know, 1 or 2 nails at a time. So I'm just going in and perfecting this and getting it as, you know, good as I can. I always say builder gel and hard gel, they're very easy to file. I don't say that, it's just a matter of a fact, but they are. So if you do have inconsistencies, you can even them out and smooth out the nail really easily, just because this product is so easy to perfect overall. So you can see, again, I'm doing that slip layer and I'm just polishing it on, getting as close as possible to the skin. And then I'm taking a bigger bead of product and walking it down the nail. Of course, these clips are sped up, so it looks like I'm just really moving it around quickly. I'm kind of going slow and just moving it down the nail. I don't want any air bubbles because I'm not going to be polishing over this, so I can't really hide any air bubbles. So I just want to make sure I don't add those. And just the same thing with every single nail. And then once I get them how I want it, I go ahead and cure. Now, just excuse my mom. She has a little bit of dry skin, you guys. I, buff her skin. We moisturize. I don't want her skin to become irritated from trying to remove the dead skin, but she's kind of fell on her moisturization of her cuticles. I ain't gonna lie. She's not gonna tell y'all that, but she has, because she usually keeps her cuticle oil at her desk at work. She's not going into work, so she's falling short. So just excuse her and what she's been going through. But you can see I'm just using the tip of this brush to move the product around. I'm not digging into it because I don't want to push product around crazily. I just want to kind of manipulate it little by little. So when you're using builder gel, really, really, really use a light hand. So after I get everything shaped, again, I did it off camera, but this is just a rounded kind of square shape, very natural shape, similar to what her nails would grow out looking naturally. So I just kind of imitated that shape. Me and my mom have very similar nail beds, and we both have very thin nails naturally, like paper thin, and they just grow out a certain way. They flare at the tip. I just treat her nails how I would treat mine and how I felt was best at this length. I didn't think a square would be appealing just because of that flare. And, she doesn't really have fat fingers, but just that flare, it cannot be as appealing or aesthetically pleasing. But of course, everything is a matter of opinion and preference. But that's why I chose to go with this shape, because I thought it looked more natural, just because our nails naturally would look like that if they were given a chance to grow out. Now, once we grow longer, we can move into almond or oval shape, whichever, she prefers as we grow them out. As far as the finish filing I'm doing right now, I'm using the crosscut bit from Atwood Industries, and this bit is similar to a sanding band. And it's just going to even out the product very quickly. It's not going to be too aggressive and remove a ton of product. I really wouldn't do a carbide bit with a overlay with this short, because it's thinner product and you're going to take a lot away very quickly. So I'm just using this to perfect the surface, thin it out. I don't want her nails too thick when you have short overlays. You really need to reduce the bulk on the sidewalls so they don't look too bulky, of course. But it's really, really important when they're shorter, because you don't have a lot of room for nail space, so you don't want it bulky. And also you want the tips to be thinner so you can still get through daily life. And you want that credit card thickness, if not maybe a little thinner. So I'm working on that slowly. I don't want to just go in and debulk quickly. So this is what we're left with. And I went ahead and dusted it off, and we're going to get right into the design. We just wanted to do something simple. She's like, I want to do something I'm not usually able to do. And that night, we weren't trying to do nothing crazy. Again, I'm sure she felt like, oh, I don't want to keep you in here, honey. She's so sweet. But she was like, I would never do a lime green at the office. So we picked lime green, and we didn't think we wanted to do straight lime green nails. She had a few marbles. I'm just telling y'all our process and how we got here. Summer colors, marbles, make sure the lime green's in there. And so you can see I used all these colors, and they're all Madam Glam, and you can use code Tabitha for 30% off your order, you guys. And I applied these colors, you can see on a little form, and I'm just taking a daughter. You can use a brush or anything, and I'm just making a little pattern. This doesn't have to be exactly like this. I would just say whatever you do, you could swirl it, mix it, whatever. Just don't mix the colors, like when you start making new colors, because it can become muddy. So I'm using this blooming gel from Madam Glam as well. This allows products when you put polish on there, it allows it to spread out and just move and flow out. So you can see I took a flat brush and scooped that product up and then applied it on the nail. So I'm taking that blooming gel and I'm leaving it wet. I'm not curing it. And you see I'm just scooping up that polish and then apply it on the nail, and I'm letting it kind of flow out and just kind of mix and blend into the nail. And you could just move this different ways, different patterns, pick up different, points of it. And as you can see, you're like, oh, she wanted to do lime green. There's no lime green. She didn't get mad at me. She's like, where's my lime green? And I'm like, oh, I didn't think you wanted much lime green. She's like, I wanted lime green. Because that's not a color she usually does. So I thought she kind of want to go mild with it. So you'll see I kind of go in and some nails add a little bit more, make sure I pick it up. And you can see I went in with a brush to kind of help manipulate it even more. You can put, more colors in certain areas and kind of add them. But you can see I'm kind of feathering out the edges, and that blooming gel will help it flow out even more. So after I apply this, I like to kind of let it sit a little bit, just so I can let it kind of flow out before I cure it. So I do a few nails at a time. So those first nails, the product can start kind of spreading out and it'll just kind of fade into that nude. It's a really cool look. You could probably do a really cool ombre on a longer nail. You can see like that nail I felt was a little bit dull. So I'm going in and adding more color with a brush, but I just want to make sure it looks kind of natural and I'm imitating a marbled pattern. You can see that nail, I haven't cured those, and I'm just adding a little more color because she wanted that lime green. And I'm doing the same thing on every single nail. I did a lot of lime green on that one. And I'm just going to let that sit so those colors can disperse. And this is really it. After I do that and I cure them, it's just time for top coat. Now you could take this idea, you've seen me do it before, for like a really in-depth marble look. This is more simple. We're not embedding this into the nail. This is how this will be. And that's it. But again, you could take these principles, do different colors, different techniques, different size brushes that you're picking it up with. You can do it without doing a blooming gel at the bottom. You could throw in glitters, just different things. Top coating with the Gel 2 Mirror Shine No Cleanse. I usually don't use this as a regular top coat. I did that day for whatever reason. I usually use this as a chrome top coat, if you will, to burnish my chrome pigments into. But I decided to use it and see how it hold up as just a regular top coat. And after I apply that, again, that's it, you guys. So I know this is very simple, very short video. I know I promised you guys a ton of videos, but quarantine it ain't the same for everybody. Some days you feel your best. Some days you feel like you just want to lay around. And all we can do is whatever's going to make us feel the best at this time. I just want to tell you guys, thank you for still watching in the midst of all this. If you do want to support me, I'm selling my pricing guide. If you're a nail tech and you want to read over some good information, get some info on pricing and get a template for it, you can email me at tabithescott.nails@gmail.com. And I'll be happy to provide that to you. Just give me some time to get it over to you guys. And I really want to thank you guys for watching. Please be safe out there, you guys. Please distance. Numbers are not going down, they're going up. So just be safe, research, don't get involved in conspiracies. Just get involved with your health and self-care and knowledge. All right, you guys, thank you for watching. Bye.